What's the deal, folks? Khalid Bey. Want to welcome you back. Wanted to jump on here for a minute, kind of send a message out, post the election. Maybe give many who are dissatisfied with the outcome some perspective, and maybe some ideas about what you can do going forward. Sometimes talk and complaining is not enough. You know, the election has happened. The question is, what will you do now? That's what we need to talk about today. Let's get to it. Let's talk. What's up, folks? Welcome to Let's Talk. Khalid Bey, your host. This particular episode is called Don't Be Mad About Trump, right? The 2024 elections have come and gone. Donald Trump was reelected to what is essentially a delayed second term. And there were a lot of people who were upset about this outcome. But let's be real. How many of you actually voted? People believe that they can vote in spirit, or that they can vote vicariously through their neighbor. Doesn't work that way. I can immediately think of 5 people who told me that they did not vote. Don't worry, I won't name you. But there were a lot of upset people on Facebook. Inside joke. You can't vote for people on Facebook, although it may not be a bad idea. You know, it may result in an increase in participation. But as it stands, you can't vote on Facebook. But there are many people who think that voicing their opinion on Facebook has meaning beyond their delusions of grandeur. Let's take a look at the stats from this past election. According to the Associated Press, and these numbers are based on 100% of the turnout for this election. 6% of Black women participated in this election. 5% of Latino women participated in this election. Meanwhile, 40% of white women participated in this election. 4% of Black men participated in this election. Likewise, 4% of Latino men participated in this election, while 35% of white men participated in this election. To sum it all up, the Black vote made up 10% of the total vote in this past election. The Latino vote made up 9% of the total vote in this past election. Other races made up 5% of the total vote in this past election. Meanwhile, whites made up 75% of the vote. In all fairness, what would you have expected the outcome to be? People have the right to vote according to their interests, whatever those interests may be. You probably should have voted your interests. Think about voting. Is it really a matter of demographics? Yeah, in a lot of respects, that's true. People vote for what's familiar. But there's many who question whether the Dems backed the wrong candidate. I don't know. I'm just repeating what I'm watching people post on Facebook. So the presidential election is over, and many of you will return to your caves and wait another 4 years before you come back out to vote again. There's one major problem with this, and that is that there's an election next year. Your local elections. Are you aware of the fact that there is very likely an election every single year in your village, town, or city? There is always a preoccupation with the presidential elections. I want you to understand this. The president is the only person who is elected nationally. There is no other office in the entire United States that is elected outside of your respected state borders. For example, U.S. senators and U.S. congresspersons, though they are on a national stage, are not elected nationally. Your respective congressional or Senate persons are elected within your state. People from New Jersey do not vote for a U.S. senator from New York. and vice versa. And of course, your governor, your state senators, your assembly persons, your county executives, your county legislators, your mayors, your council persons, your town supervisors, your board of trustees, depending on the size of your town, your county sheriff, are all elected within your respective states. So what does this demonstrate to you? It demonstrates that politics are local and not national. There's a great chance that many of us will never see a president in person, but there is a greater chance that you will likely see the people whom you elect within your village, your town, your city, your county, or your state. When the president pushes policy, it may be a while before you benefit or suffer from it. But when your more immediate local elected officials push a policy, you will feel that almost immediately. Many people do not vote due to the idea that their vote will not have an impact, but they are often thinking about the presidential election when they say this. There are well over 100 million people participating in that election. But in your local elections, there may be a few million, a few 100,000, several thousand, or even a few hundred. Some local elections are won by less than 50 votes. You seriously do not believe that your vote can impact that kind of race? All politics are local. Even the president. Hear what I'm saying? For if you want to impact the Oval Office, then you must vote for the senator or congressman of your choice in an effort to tip the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate toward your favor. If you want to affect the governor's office, you must vote for your choice of governor, but you must also vote for your choice for the state Senate and for the state Assembly in an effort to tip the state House into your favor. If you want to elect a county executive or a mayor, you must vote for your choice of county executive or mayor, but then you must also vote for your legislators or for your council persons, your town supervisors, your board of trustees, in an effort to tip those persons into your favor. Most people are familiar with the offices of the executive, the president, the governor, the county executive, the mayor, the town supervisor. What you must become more familiar with is the lawmakers that make up Congress or the U.S. Senate on the federal level, the state Senate or the Assembly on the state level, the county legislature on the county level, the city councilors or the town council persons or the town's board of trustees. These lawmakers hold a massive amount of power. I often made the statement that a lawmaker could be simultaneously the most powerful but also the most dangerous position in government. Why? Because lawmakers can change your entire circumstance with the mere stroke of a pen. It's a lot of power. And so you have to be giving it some serious thought before you vote for your lawmakers or you choose not to participate in that vote. Lawmakers have the power to tie an executive hands, and by that, in many ways, influence the policies of the executive office. For some of us, this is elementary, but for the average person or for the registered voter who skips the booth, understanding this made a difference between them participating in an election or not. Politics are local. You cannot put a fence up around your house without seeking a permit from the permit office in your town or your city. Your trash pickup policy is decided by your local lawmakers. Your health care is controlled by your respective states, mostly. To not vote in your local elections is to accept whatever is thrown at you, because talk, or more appropriately, complaining, followed by zero action, is like spitting into the wind. President Obama told you, don't boo, vote. But you didn't vote. So, shh. Yeah, I get it. Some of you will say that you can say or post whatever you want, even if you didn't vote. You're right. But nobody who actually voted is going to listen to you. Posting your opinion on Facebook will not change anything. How about you post or vote your opinion in the voting booth in your next primary or general election? Then your complaints about elected officials not doing their job will have more merit. I want to thank you for stopping by, participating. It's a waste of time to be mad about what happened yesterday. You cannot get yesterday back. In order for you to have a better tomorrow, you got to be active today. Make sure that you like or subscribe down low so that you can stay abreast to the content that I post. Once again, I appreciate you stopping by. Clip A, let's talk. Catch you on the next one. Peace.